nefarious incarnations within the universe. From the particles and portions of this form, different living entities like demigods, men, and others are created. Purport. The Purusha, after creating innumerable universes in the Mahatattva, entered in each of them as the second Purusha, Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. When he saw that within the universe there was only darkness and space, without a resting place, he filled half of the universe with water from his own perspiration and laid himself down on the same water. This water is called Garbhodaka. Then from his navel the stem of lotus flower sprouted, and on the flower petals the birth of Brahma, or the master engineer of the universal plan, took place. Became the engineer of the universe, and the Lord himself took charge of the maintenance of the universe as Vishnu. Brahma was generated from Rajoguna of Prakriti, or the mode of passion in nature, and Vishnu became the Lord of the goodness. Vishnu, being transcendental to all the modes, is always aloof from materialistic affection. This has already been explained. From Brahma there is Rudra, Shiva, who is in charge of the mode of ignorance or darkness. He destroys the whole creation by the will of the Lord. Therefore, all three, namely Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu, are incarnations of the Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. From Brahma, the other demigods like Daksha, Marichi, Manu, and many other became incarnated to generate living entities within the universe. This Garbhodakashaya Vishnu is glorified in the Vedas in the hymns of Garbhastuti, which begin with the description of the Lord as having thousands of heads, etc. The Garbhodakashaya Vishnu is the Lord of the universe, and although he appears to be lying within the water, within the universe, he is always transcendental. This also has already been explained. The Vishnu, who is the plenary portion of the Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, is the super soul of the universe, and he is known as the maintainer of the universe, or Kshirodakashaya Vishnu. So the three features of the original Purusha are thus understood, and all the incarnations within the universe are emanations from this Kshirodakashaya Vishnu. In different millennia, there are different incarnations, and they are innumerable. Although some of them are very prominent, such as Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Rama, Nrsimha, Vamana, and many others, these incarnations are called Leela incarnations. Then there are qualitative incarnations such as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva or Rudra, who take charge of the different modes of material nature. Lord Vishnu is non-different from the personality of Godhead. Lord Shiva is in the marginal position between the personality of Godhead and the living entities or Jivas. Brahma is always a Jiva Tattva. The highest pious living being or the greatest devotee of the Lord is empowered with the potency of the Lord for creation, and he is called Brahma. His power is like the power of the sun reflected in valuable stones and jewels. When there is no such living being to take charge of the post of Brahma, the Lord himself becomes a Brahma and takes charge of the post. Lord Shiva is not an ordinary living being. He is the plenary portion of the Lord, but because Lord Shiva is in direct touch with the material nature, he is not exactly in the same transcendental position as Lord Vishnu. The difference is that between milk and curd. Curd is nothing but milk, but yet it cannot be used in place of milk. The next incarnations are the Manus. Within 1 day's duration of the life of Brahma, which is calculated by our solar years, 43 million into 1000 years, there are 14 Manus. Therefore, there are 420 Manus in 1 month of Brahma and 5040 Manus in 1 year of Brahma. Brahma lives for 100 years of his age, and therefore there are 5040 into 100 or 504,000 Manus in the duration of Brahma's life. There are innumerable universes with one Brahma in each of them, and all of them are created and annihilated during the breathing time of the Purusha. Therefore, one can simply imagine how many millions of Manus there are during one breath of the Purusha. The Manus who are prominent within this universe are as follows: Yajna as Swayambhuva Manu, Vibhu as Swarochisha Manu, Satyasena as Uttama Manu, Hari as Tamasa Manu, Vaikunta as Raivata Manu, Ajita as Chakshusha Manu, Vamana as Vaivashvata Manu. The present age is under the Vaivashvata Manu. Sarvabhauma as Sarvarni Manu, Rishabha as Daksha Savarni Manu, Vishwaksena as Brahma Savarni Manu, Dharma Setu as Dharma Savarni Manu, Sudama as Rudra Savarni Manu, Yogeshwara as Deva Savarni Manu, and Brihadbanu as Indra Savarni Manu. These are the names of one set of 14 Manus covering 4,300 million solar years as described above. Then there are the Yuga avatars or the incarnations of the millennia. The Yugas are known as Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. The incarnations of each Yuga are of different color. The colors are white, red, black and yellow. In the Dwapara Yuga, Lord Krishna in black color appeared, and in Kali Yuga, Lord Caitanya in yellow color appeared. So all the incarnations of the Lord are mentioned in the revealed scriptures. There is no scope for an impostor to become an incarnation. For an incarnation must be mentioned in the Shastras. An incarnation does not declare himself to be an incarnation of the Lord, but great sages agree by the symptoms mentioned in the revealed scriptures. The features of the incarnations and the particular type of mission which he has to execute are mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Apart from the direct incarnations, there are innumerable empowered incarnations. They are also mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Such incarnations are directly as well as indirectly empowered. When they are directly empowered, they are called incarnations, but when they are indirectly empowered, they are called vibhutis. Directly empowered incarnations are the Kumaras, Narada, Pratu, Shesha, Ananta, etc. As far as vibhutis are concerned, they are very explicitly described in the Bhagavad Gita in the Vibhuti Yoga chapter. And for all these different types of incarnations, the fountainhead is the Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurinmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminate Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shonyavadi Paschat Deshatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Can you log this? Etan nanavataranam nidanam bijam avyayam yasyam shamshena shrajyante devatrayan naradayah. Translation: this form, the second manifestation of the Purusha, is the source and indestructible seed of the multifarious incarnations within the universe. From the particles and portions of this form, different living entities like demigods, men and others are created. Hare Krishna. So here in this verse, it is mentioned Nanavataranam. Nanavataranam means multifarious of the incarnations. There are many incarnations, Nanavataranam. And then it is said Bijam. Bijam means seed. And means seed, it's a source. Now, as this chapter says, the Krishna is the source of all incarnations. So, Krishna is the ultimate source of all incarnations. But here in this verse, it is mentioned in this particular universe, in each and every universe, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is the source of all the incarnations. So in the translation also it is mentioned, this form, the second manifestation of the Purusha is the source and indestructible seed of multifarious incarnations within the universe. So within each universe, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is the source. So in this purport, it's a long purport. Prabhupada is mentioning all different types of incarnations, different categories of incarnations is explained. So here in the purport, Prabhupada starts with the Purusha, after creating innumerable universes in the Mahatattva, entered in each of them as a second Purusha, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So this we already discussed in the previous verse, like the Purusha avatars. Purusha avatars are Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, Karanodakashayi Vishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu and Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. Karanodakashayi Vishnu is also known as Mahavishnu. So from Mahavishnu, from the skin pores, all the material universes are emanating. And in each universe, Karanodakashayi Vishnu is expanding as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Okay. So here it is mentioned, after creating innumerable universes in the Mahatattva, entered in each one of them as a second Purusha. So as we know, the spiritual world is unlimited. No? So from the spiritual world, the light is emanating from Krishna's transcendental body. So that is Brahma Jyoti. And there is no limit to it. It is unlimited. So then, from where the material region is starting, so then it is not like from here material region is starting, so here spiritual region is ending. It is not like that. So this is like the sunlight is there. You cover the sunlight with a plate or some, So then from there the shade comes. So that shade is known as material region. So but the spiritual world is unlimited. But one certain part is covered with darkness. So that dark part is known as the material world. So that is covered by this Mahatattva. And Mahatattva is the ingredients, all the ingredients which is required to create this material universe. All the ingredients are there. Like for example, if you are planning to construct a building, so you need some raw materials like cement, bricks and all these things. So all the ingredients are there, and with that ingredients you are constructing the building. So in that way, to create this material universe, all the ingredients are there. The total material ingredients are there in the Mahatattva. So the material universes are there. So in that, each universe, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is entered, and from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, from his navel, the lotus is sprouting. From the stem, all 14 planetary systems are there. And on the lotus, Lord Brahma is taking birth. So he is the engineer of this universe, as mentioned in this purport. And he is the topmost living entity in this particular universe. So then in the purport, Prabhupada also mentions that when there is no qualified person to take this post of Brahma, Vishnu himself take the post of Brahma. So to create this material universe. So here in the whole purport, Prabhupada is explaining the different categories of incarnations. So there are 6 categories of incarnations. You know what are they? What are the 6 categories of incarnations, you know? Leela. Shaktya Vaishavataras. Then Manvantara Avataras and Yuga Avataras. So all 6 are Purusha Avataras, Leela Avataras, Guna Avataras, Manvantara Avataras, Yuga Avataras and Shakti Avesha Avataras. So all 6 categories of incarnations are mentioned in this purport. So we'll discuss all these 6 categories. So first we have to understand the incarnation, the avatars are only in this material world. So they are not in the spiritual world. Not in the spiritual world in the sense they are there permanently. So avatara, the literal meaning of avatara is descend, coming down. So here in the material world, when the material universe is created, so they are descending, coming down to do his leela or to do a particular purpose like that. But the spiritual world is it is permanent. It is not, there is no manifestation, unmanifestation like that. So they have their eternal abode, permanent abode, and they are permanently there in their original abode. But in the material world, so whenever it is required, they are descending. So incarnation. So the incarnations happens only in the material world, not in the spiritual world. So there is no incarnation. So incarnation, it doesn't mean that they are not there in the spiritual world, they are there permanently. But that descend, that incarnation, that happens only in the spiritual, only in the material world. So here we discuss one by one all the different categories of incarnations. So first Gunavataras. So in Gunavatara there is one verse, Lord Brahma says, Srijami tan niyuktoham haro harati tadvashaha vasham purusha rupena paripati trishakti dhrit. So Lord Brahma says, I am engaged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to create. Following his orders, Lord Shiva dissolves everything. The Supreme Personality of Godhead in his form as Kshirodakshai Vishnu maintains all the affairs of material nature. Thus the supreme controller of the 3 modes of material nature is Lord Vishnu. So this is said by Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma saying that I am creating by the order of Lord Vishnu. And Lord Shiva, he destroys everything at the time of annihilation by the order of Lord Vishnu. And Kshirodakshai Vishnu, who is Paramatma, he is maintaining the material universe. So all these Guna Avataras, they are all incarnations of Lord Vishnu, means Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Because Lord Brahma is taking birth in the lotus from the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and from Lord Brahma, Rudra is manifesting. And means, so all the incarnations, the fountainhead, the source is Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So here in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna mentions that Matah Parataram Nanyat Kinchidasi Dhananjaya. So there is no superior truth than me. Krishna is saying that no one is equal to me and no one is higher than me. So Krishna is the source of all incarnations and everything in the spiritual world and material world. In the particular universe, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, from Garbhodakshai Vishnu all the incarnations are coming. So even any incarnation, like for example Vamana, Matsya, Kurma, all incarnations, they come through Kshirodakshai Vishnu. It's like a root. Root in the sense not the source, root in the sense the way, the path. So through Kshirodakshai Vishnu, all incarnations are coming out. So that's why there is a big contradiction, like Krishna is the incarnation of Vishnu or Vishnu incarnation of Krishna. So generally all the incarnations appears in the material universe through Kshirodakshai Vishnu. So it doesn't mean that Vishnu is supreme. From Vishnu, no, Krishna is incarnating. It's not like that. Is this Kshirodakshai Vishnu, through Kshirodakshai Vishnu, all the incarnations are coming in this material world, descending in this material world. So that is misunderstood. so Vishnu is a supreme and all the avatars are coming from Vishnu. So it is not like that. So ultimately Krishna is supreme, and this is a way. Through Vishnu all incarnations are coming out. So and then Lord Shiva is incarnation of Vishnu as Sadashiva. There is a abode, Sadashiva Loka, and he is Vishnu Tattva. He is incarnation of Vishnu. And then in each material universe, Sadashiva is expanding into 11 Rudras. So then the Rudras are coming from Lord Brahma. So when Lord Brahma manifested anger, so from that Rudra manifested in this material universe. In each material universe, so Shiva is manifesting through Brahma, but originally he is there as Sadashiva. So Sadashiva is eternal, so there is no destruction for Sadashiva. He is eternal, he is Vishnu Tattva. But in this material universe, the 11 Rudras, Shivas who manifested in this material universe, they manifest and unmanifest when the Pralaya happens and when the creation happens, like that. So then Lord Shiva, he is not an ordinary living being. As mentioned in the purport also, Prabhupada mentions that in Brahma Samhita there is a description. So what is the position of Lord Shiva? So it is mentioned that Lord Shiva is like a curd and Vishnu is milk. So curd is nothing but milk, but we cannot use curd in place of milk. So curd is a transformation of milk, but still curd is curd and milk is milk. We cannot replace it. So in that way, Lord Shiva, he is not a Jiva Tattva and he is not Vishnu Tattva also. He is marginal, he is somewhere in the middle. That's a different Tattva, Shiva Tattva, Shambhu Tattva. So in that way, these are the Guna Avataras to maintain this material universe, different Gunas. So here Lord Vishnu represents Sattva Guna and Brahma represents Rajoguna. To create, we need this Rajoguna. And Lord Shiva represents Tamoguna. And it is not that Lord Shiva is in Tamoguna. Lord Shiva represents Tamoguna. Like Lord Shiva controls all these bhutas, pretas and all these things. Always he stays in the smashana to control these bhutas and all. And the one example is given, like if you go to like a primary school, all kids are there. To teach kids, you have to behave like a kids, So you cannot speak like a formally to teach kids. To teach kids, we have to behave like kids. So to control these tamasic living entities, bhutas and pretas, so he looks like he's in tamasic mode, like snakes are there and this what is it, vibhuti, what do you call? Ash. It's all there, but he is not in tamoguna. He is transcendental. Transcendental, not like Vishnu. Vishnu in the purport also Prabhupada mentions, he is transcendental, not like Vishnu. He is not Jiva Tattva also. So in that way, he is representing Tamoguna. So then we discuss about Manvantara Avataras. So Manvantara Avatara, to discuss about Manvantara Avatara, we have to discuss about the lifespan of Brahma. So in Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned Sahasra Yuga Parthanyam Ahuryat Brahmano Viduhu. So it is mentioned that Brahma lives for 100 years and we also live for 100 years. But it is not same as our 100 years. So there are four yugas, as we know, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. So the calculation is Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. So the double of Kali Yuga is Dwapara Yuga, and 3 times of Kali Yuga is Treta Yuga, and 4 times of Kali Yuga is Satya Yuga. So all these 4 yugas put together is one Chatur Yuga, all 4 yugas. So 1000 Chatur Yugas are one day of Brahma, and again 1000 Chatur Yugas are one night of Brahma. So total 2000 Chatur Yugas. So 2000 Chatur Yugas are one full day of Brahma. So like this, Brahma lives for 1 month, 1 year, like that he lives for 100 years. So this is the lifetime of Brahma, lifespan of Brahma. So in that 1 day of Brahma, in 2000 Chatur Yugas, in 1 day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus. So the 14 Manus, each Manu, the name is also given in the purport. So each 14 Manu is also an incarnation of Vishnu. So this is called Manvantara Avataras, the Manu. So so here we see the 14 Manus are mentioned in the purport. So that is only in this universe. So like for example, in 1 day 14 Manus are appearing, but 1 day is, in our calculation, it is such a long period. So in that way, 100 years Brahma lives. So in each day 14 Manus. So how many Manus are appearing? That is also mentioned in the 5040 into 100. So that many incarnations are there, Manvantara Avataras, and this is only in this universe. And there are millions of universes, we cannot even count, unlimited universes are there. So how many Manvantara Avataras are there? And all these universes are emanating from the skin pores of Mahavishnu. And all these universes are emanating when Mahavishnu breathes out. And when he breathes in, all the universes are coming in. So then we have to see the the potency of Mahavishnu. So that's the omnipotent of the Lord. And then Yuga Avataras. Yuga Avatara, we know there are 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. So in each yuga there is a Yuga Dharma. To establish the Yuga Dharma, then Yuga Avatara comes. The Yuga Avatara is in 4 different colors. In Satya Yuga, the Lord appears in Shukla, white color, and in Treta Yuga, red color, Rakta, and in Dwapara Yuga, Shyama, dark blue color, and in Kali Yuga, black color, Krishna, and in some special cases, Pita, yellow color. So in these colors, Yuga Avataras comes. So now we can see in Dwapara Yuga Krishna appeared, and in Satya Yuga, Satya Yuga Hamsa came in white color, and in Treta Yuga Yajna came in red color. In Kali Yuga, you can see in this Kali Yuga is a special Kali Yuga, like Pita, yellow color. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. So even in one Vaishnava song, it is mentioned that Danya Kali Yugera Chaitanya Avatara. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not appear in every Kali Yuga. No. That's why in special cases, Pita, yellow color, golden form, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. So as we discussed before, the Manvantara Avataras, like in 1 day of Brahma, Krishna appears only in 1 day of Brahma. Okay. So there are, we discussed about Brahma's lifetime, how many years he lives, like that. So there are 2000 Chaturyugas, like that. So 2000 Chaturyugas together is 1 day of Brahma. So in 1 day of Brahma, once Krishna appears. Okay. So in all Kali Yuga, Krishna will not come personally. So he sends his representative, or he sends his like incarnation, like that. Not Krishna will not come personally in every Kali Yuga. Once in a day of Brahma, Krishna comes personally. So in which Dwapara Yuga Krishna comes personally, then in that next Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears. So that's why this Kali Yuga is very special, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this Kali Yuga. So that's why it's a special case. In the special case, yellow, Pita color he appears. And then Leela Avataras. So Leela Avataras, to do a particular Leela, the Lord appears. The Leela Avataras are mentioned as Matsya, and then Hayagriva, and then Kurma, and then Narsimha, Varaha. They are all Leela Avataras. To do a particular task, a particular Leela. Like for example, Narsimha came and he didn't take birth, grew up, and not like that. A particular Leela and at a particular time comes and finishes Leela and then goes back, like that. So then Narsimha Avatara, like that. And then Shakti Avesha Avatara. Shakti Avesha Avatara is, they are Jiva Tattvas, they are ordinary living entities, and they are empowered with a special potency to do a particular task. For example, Lord Buddha is a Shakti Avesha Avatara to do a particular task. So we know the what purpose of Buddha incarnation. We don't go much detail in that. So Buddha, and then Prabhupada says in the lecture, Lord Jesus Christ is also a Shakti Avesha Avatara. So at that time, at that particular time, place, circumstances, some task, to be required to complete a task. So for that, a living entity is empowered to do that specific task. So then Lord Jesus Christ, then Muhammad also we can consider as a Shakti Avesha Avatara. And then many other, Narada Muni, and then Vyasadev, they are all Shakti Avesha Avataras. Even we can say Srila Prabhupada is also Shakti Avesha Avataras, because to do a particular task, so at that time to spread this movement, to spread this Sankirtana movement, it's empowered incarnation of the Lord, you can say. So in that way, Shakti Avesha Avatara means a living entity especially empowered, and he preaches the philosophy on behalf. So to preach a particular philosophy, to do a particular task, so like that a living entity is empowered. It is Shakti Avesha Avatara. So the whole point of this verse is, at the end Prabhupada writes that, and for all these different types of incarnation, the fountainhead is the Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Okay. So in each universe Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is there. All these incarnations are expansions or incarnations of this Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is the source of a particular universe, and as we discussed before, so Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is expansion of Mahavishnu, Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, and ultimately Krishna is the source of all incarnations. So that's what in later verses we discuss about many other incarnations, and finally it says Ete Chamsha Kalapumsha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So all these incarnations are lined up. It is all plenary portion or part of plenary portions, but Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So Krishna is the Swayam Bhagavan, like that. So Krishna doesn't come in all these categories, all these different incarnations. He doesn't come in this category. Krishna is a Swayam Bhagavan. So that's why if you see that Dashavatara Stotra, or in that Krishna doesn't come. Or many 10 avatars are there, but Krishna is not there. Many ask this question, why Krishna is not there? But in that all 10 incarnation, Krishna is there. You know where? So in Jayadev Goswami says, Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa and Keshavadrita Buddha Sharira. So the Keshava is Lord Krishna. Keshava, Lord Krishna, he comes as Lord Nrsimha, he comes as Lord Buddha, like that. So Krishna is a source of all incarnation. So he is not part of incarnation. So he is a source. So in that way, there is a question comes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu belong to which category of incarnation? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also, he doesn't belong to any category of incarnation. He is also Krishna himself. So he is not, we cannot categorize Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as any like Leela Avatara, or he is not belong to any incarnation. So he is Krishna himself. Krishna himself, he comes to perform his Leela, like that. So some thoughts about this verse. Any questions, comments, can ask. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.